Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Americans and everyone else, welcome back to the Jack Rose Show. Part of the problem with discussing current events is that by the time I've done enough research and decided what I wanted to say about a current event, it's been a few days to a few weeks, and the story has typically evolved since I first came into contact with it. The first story I want to talk about today goes it goes exactly like that. All right. Now, I'm not going to get into the later stuff. You'll understand where I'm going with that when we get there. Texas Democrats apparently don't believe in democracy or engaging in the democratic process with, any sense of integrity. That's hilarious. It's ironic and it's hilarious. But, it is what it is, right? No, for anybody that's not familiar, there was a law that was up for a vote to determine voting laws in the state of Texas. Okay. Now, there's a lot of hyperbole on both sides. There's a lot of bullshit on both sides. But at the end of the day, the law would have done some things to secure elections in Texas, and it would have done other things to make elections actually a little bit less secure or keep them less secure in the wake of all of the nonsense that got pushed through thanks to a certain disease that I will not mention, lest YouTube knock this video down, which is possible anyway. Let's just face it. They didn't want this bill to pass. So instead of voting on the bill and potentially losing, like you would if you actually believed in the democratic process, you would just, take your fucking lumps. All right, at least we voted. We engaged in the democratic process that we say we believe in, and we lost. Okay, try again next time. We can put forward another bill that fixes this from our perspective. Instead of doing that, instead of having the spine and the integrity to do that, they fled the state to prevent a quorum. So they couldn't have a vote. Right? How's that going to work out long term? Well, long term, eventually they're going to come back to the state of Texas. Long term, eventually they're going to get in trouble. And long term, there's going to be a vote and they're probably going to lose. Same thing, exactly the same fucking thing happened with Republicans in Oregon in 2019. State of Oregon had a climate change bill that was really more economic than environmentalist. And the Republicans that were sent there by their constituents to represent their constituents' views and opinions and feelings on particular subjects said, we can't win this vote, so we're going to flee the state and prevent a quorum. And in doing so, you could argue that both the Republicans in Oregon and the Democrats in Texas are actually representing their constituents when they engage in this. You can also argue that both of them are refusing to engage in the democratic process with integrity. Now, considering the fact that democracy is not particularly a Republican position, but a Democrat position, there's a little bit of ironic hypocrisy going on there when the reaction is exactly 180 degrees between the two situations, right? The people that supported the Republicans in Oregon probably think that what the Democrats in Texas are doing is, cowardly and hypocritical and evil. I don't really give a shit either way. The Democrats who thought that what the Republicans were doing in Oregon was cowardly and hypocritical and evil are probably supporting the Democrats in Texas and think that they're heroes and serving the will of the people and all that stuff. And you can make the argument either way. Personally, I think both sides are pretty much fucking full of it at this point. Most Republican politicians are just as garbage as most Democrat politicians. And I think there are probably less than 5 publicly known politicians in the entire fucking country that I would even shake their hand, let alone ever vote for them. So, and oddly enough, well, I guess it depends on the issue, but there's only potentially one in the state of Texas that I might vote for. Weird, isn't it? So I think that whole situation is fucking hilarious, and I think it actually puts a little bit of weight to the concept that, Democrat politicians use democracy as both a carrot and a stick, and they actually only believe in it insofar as it gets them what they want. If it doesn't get them what they want, they're going to spend your fucking tax dollars and flee the fucking state and not engage in the democratic process. Oh, well. All right. So, and no, I'm not going to talk about the other things that came along later directly related to this situation that may have impacted other political figures in other places like Washington, D.C. I'm not getting into that. You want to see somebody talk about that, it's not going to be here. I think it's hilarious, and I ain't got time for that shit. So, moving along. Apparently, it's a really big problem when rich guys can spend money on outer space and going there and doing the kind of shit that, well, let's face it, NASA hasn't done in over a decade. Apparently, that's a really fucking big problem. Okay, look, I think it's a problem that NASA has basically dropped that job. Okay. I think it was a big problem that they basically dropped that job right after Columbia. They were like, nope, we're done. Too much risk. Too dangerous. We're done. Okay. Now, there are projects at NASA. NASA still exists. I don't know nuts and bolts. I don't know details. I do know that there are things going on. They are making plans. They are, doing things like, designing rovers and equipment and shit like that for future Mars missions that may or may not ever happen. Typically, there have been quite a lot of NASA missions. I say missions, projects, really, because they're still on, planet side, that have been planned. They've had a lot of money put into them. They've had a lot of work done over the last 10 to 20 years that have never gone anywhere because at a certain point in the project, the federal government basically just says, yeah, we're not funding this anymore. We don't fucking care about this, and we're not funding it anymore. We'd rather pay for, all these other silly shit things that have absolutely nothing to do with having a space program. All right, fine. Okay. Our government's full of idiots anyway. Part of the problem for me is that some of the same people who keep voting for these idiots, sometimes 20 years, sometimes 30 years, in some cases almost 50 years in federal office, to go to our federal government and be stupid, spend trillions upon trillions of dollars that we don't fucking have for, frankly, shit we don't need in most cases, promising to fix problems that may or may not exist. And in the case where the problem actually does exist, they goddamn sure work against actually fixing the problem at every fucking turn so that they can keep promising to fix it, and the dumbasses keep fucking voting for them. Well, welcome to American politics for the last 70 fucking years and longer. I have a problem with that because the people that don't fucking understand this and keep sending those politicians back to office and going, why don't we have a fucking space program that the government is funding, act like somebody took a shit in their fucking Cheerios when Jeff Bezos climbs into a giant fucking cock rocket that he paid for and flies into fucking space. All right? Look, this isn't the first colony on Mars. This isn't the first steps on the moon. This isn't some massive fucking accomplishment. Now, granted, these private companies, SpaceX, whatever any of the rest of them are, Virgin Galactic, is that one of them? I don't fucking remember. I know about SpaceX, and I can't ever remember the name of Jeff Bezos' fucking rocket company. I basically call it the Amazon fucking cock rocket. It's just me. Okay, you can laugh at it if you want. I just can't remember the name of it because frankly, I don't give a shit. Okay. It doesn't make me angry. It makes me glad that when our government is more concerned with, wokeifying the fucking Marine Corps than actually having a space program, they're more concerned with propaganda to terrify the shit out of you about climate change than they are doing anything that could address the problems of climate change, if indeed that's a real problem that we can do anything about. Okay. Color me not fucking impressed and not particularly worried when some fucking rich guy goes, well, if you're not going to pay for it, I got a bunch of fucking money. I'll pay for it. I'll build a fucking rocket and I'll fly off into fucking space and I'll make sure the goddamn thing works. And you know what? I'm confident enough in the rocket that I paid for that these fucking people built that I will climb aboard the damn thing myself and go the fuck up there and come back down in one piece. No, I'm not particularly impressed. This isn't fucking Apollo. This isn't fucking Gemini. We're basically starting from the ground and building our way back up, knowing that we've done it in the past, being able to stand on the shoulders of those giants and use more modern technology to potentially go further. But at the end of the day, I'm not fucking mad about it either. Okay. Oh, these guys are, flying off into space. They're trying to escape the planet that they're destroying. Fuck you. You're destroying the planet too. Shut your fucking cake hole. Okay. Jesus Christ, you don't understand the fucking taxation is theft and that printing trillions of fucking dollars in funny money is doing more to destroy the planet than your fucking Amazon Prime purchase. All right? Eat a dick, man. I'm not fucking impressed with these goddamn midwit fucking arguments. I'm really not, and I really get fucking tired of seeing relatively intelligent people obtain a certain level of groupthink that lowers the entire fucking IQ by 80 goddamn points and turns people into drooling fucking morons. I heard the evil. Fuck you. All right? If you think he's evil, don't spend your money on anything he does. How about that? No Amazon, no Prime, no buying your shit from their warehouses, no buying your shit through their affiliates. Don't fucking use Audible because they got a partnership with Amazon. Okay? Don't watch the fucking TV show. Don't listen to the audiobooks. Don't buy any products through their fucking service. Don't use their fucking delivery services. Just don't give him your money. If you think what he's doing with the money that people are giving him is evil, don't give him your money. Try that with the IRS. Okay? If Elon Musk wants to take profits from Tesla and put them into SpaceX and build a fucking rocket and go up into space, I don't have any problem with that. He's not a government. He's not taxing people. He's not taking the money out of your fucking paycheck, whether you might need it to feed your fucking kids or not. Okay? People are buying his fucking crazy ass cars that I would never spend money on because I think they're fucking stupid, even though they use some cool modern technology. Okay? People are buying the Tesla. People are saying, I want that car. Here, take my money. And then he's going, okay, well, I made some extra fucking dollars here. Let me put them in the space program that I'm building because NASA isn't, because the government isn't. Okay? Jeff Bezos is doing the same fucking thing. And you know what? I don't have a fucking problem with that. I don't have a fucking issue with that. If you have an issue with that, that's on you. Don't give them your fucking money. At the end of the day, you can't tell the difference between taxation and profit and why businesses actually have to make profits. You might want to take an economics course because, frankly, for all the people that are, any cent in profit is, pure evil. Look, unless you know enough about economics to make the argument that the certain amount of profit that a business needs to make to hold a reserve so that one bad month or one bad quarter of revenue doesn't kill the business, which will fucking happen if you make zero profits. Unless that's okay, but not a penny more. Okay, you tell me what that fucking percentage is. I guarantee you're not in a position to be able to do that. I think I know one person personally who might be smart enough about that kind of stuff to look at a given business, look at their revenue, look at their expenses and go, if they hold a profit margin of X percent, they can probably stay in business even if they have a bad month or a bad quarter. Okay. But this is a person that has basically been in finance for their entire fucking adult life. All right. In one way or another, this is a person that really kind of understands the fucking bean counting. Okay. The average internet fucking couch commando sitting there telling me that, profit is exploitation, period, end of fucking story. Excess resources is theft and exploitation and therefore evil. Dude, fuck off. Go be an independent contractor. If you've never been an independent contractor, all right, maybe you can't wrap your head around this. If you have been an independent contractor, I guarantee you understand the concept of it's feast or fucking famine. And if you don't have something stashed aside, you're in trouble when it's fucking famine. If you are an independent contractor, you should be able to wrap your head around that pretty fucking easily. Okay. And if you are an independent contractor or ever have been and you don't understand it, there's a fucking disconnect there, my friend. There's a serious goddamn disconnect there. Okay. Because that little reserve that you've got set aside, that's your fucking profit. That's evil? Okay. Well, welcome to the club, I guess. Anyway, no, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, building their own rockets and flying into space doesn't fucking bother me. Honestly, our government should be doing that, but they're not. They're more worried about spending trillions of dollars that we don't have on other shit that we don't need. And, lying to you constantly, spying on you constantly, trying to gin up fucking problems everywhere they can so that they can give themselves job security and promising to fix problems that may or may not exist to give themselves job security. They're not trying to fucking solve any goddamn thing. They want me and you at each other's fucking throats. That's just how it is. These guys, at least they're going, hey, you know what? You're not doing it, so I'm going to. That doesn't fucking bother me. Why isn't so-and-so being the next Batman? This guy's got $1 billion. Why doesn't he, go be Bruce Wayne? I don't fucking know. Why don't you ask him? If you got a problem with the way he is spending his money, just don't give him your fucking money. It's that simple. He's not a government. He can't take it out of your fucking paycheck without you voluntarily spending it in his direction. It is what it is. Anyway, that's all I really had to say about that. No, I don't think it's fucking weird. I think it's weird that people act like it's such a fucking problem. Okay. If you want to fix something, run for local office and actually try to get it fixed. Run for state office and actually try to get it fixed. Run for federal office and actually try to get it fixed. Hell, if you've got a couple of policy positions that I agree with, I might even fucking vote for you even if you've got some less important to me policy positions that I disagree with. That's just how it goes. Okay. Nothing's perfect. In the realm of politics, we pretty much have to compromise on goddamn near everything. It's just the way it is. The world ain't perfect and neither are people. So, don't let it fucking get you down. With all that said, I'm sure there are other things I'd love to fucking rant about today, but we're pushing 20 goddamn minutes. If you liked the video, give it a little thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a little thumbs down. Let me know why down in the comments section below. Specifically, if you didn't like the video, let me know why down in the comments section below. I may argue with you. I may even call you names. I will not censor your fucking comments, though. Anytime I get a comment on any of my videos, I get a notification for it if it successfully posts. Sometimes, and I try to turn this off, YouTube, specifically YouTube, will hold comments for review. When that happens, I get a notification of it. If there's ever an issue and you're trying to put a comment and it doesn't pop up, it may or may not be held for review. Recently, I had an exchange with somebody who claimed they posted a bunch of comments that never showed up. Well, I didn't have any held for review. I looked, I checked. I didn't receive notifications of any of the comments that they claimed to have made. I don't know whether they were full of it or if they were having trouble with YouTube. Guy, if you're listening, take it up with YouTube, okay? Because if you actually did try to put those comments up there, and I'm not saying you didn't, that's on YouTube, not on me. I'm not that guy. I may call you names and I may argue with you. I may tell you you're a dum-dum. But I'm not going to censor you, because even if I think somebody's being a dum-dum, I want the world to see it. It is what it is. If you got a good point, maybe you'll change my mind. Depends on the subject, and with some subjects, you probably won't. But that's just how it works. All right, so I got other shit to do. And once again, YouTube, BitChute, Rumble. This has been the Jack Rose Show for today. And I won't see you, but hopefully you'll see me in the next one, probably next weekend. I doubt I'm going to get around to doing another one today. I think that's pretty much everything. Is it? That's everything? Yeah, that's it. That's all I got, guys. Have a good one.